up, y'all? It is your man D Real coming at you again with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. We're gonna be doing some recommended reading today because it's the weekend, and the weekend is when we sit back and we read and or share what we've been reading. And before I share what I've been reading, and I must say my attire is a huge hint about what I have been reading or read or will be sharing, y'all comment, like, and subscribe and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, like this right here, you will get alerts. And as I always say, if you dig what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. That's how we grow. I've been waiting. What LL Cool J say? I've been waiting and debating for oh so long. Yes, sir. Finally, Tuskegee Heirs. We're going to do the first issue of Tuskegee Heirs, Flames of Destiny. Now, Tuskegee Heirs is a book put on by my man Greg Burnham and the incomparable Marcus Williams, aka the visual. He does it. I might have said that wrong. I'm sorry. But it's a story of some young fighter pilots in the future who are they are building a resistance against the centoids, sentient beings, sentient robots, sentient artificial life forms. But as we get off into it, I can give y'all particulars and officials. But just to let y'all know, we're going to talk about the core characters of this book. And those core characters, at least right here, here are 4 of them. That is Slip, Genesis, Ayana, and Omar. Ayana is the leader of the Tuskegee Airmen, and as we will find out, she's nice with a lot of stuff as we get into it. Slip, of course, is the kind of, I wouldn't necessarily call Slip comic relief, but Slip is like one of them cats, like if something bad happens, he's the one cracking jokes. He's the one, you know, being a jokester and fooling around and, you know, kind of egging things on. Omar is kind of the middle guy. He stays in his place for the most part. And he's more of a person who he goes with the flow, I guess is the way I would describe Omar, at least in this first issue. Omar ain't making too many huge waves. He's going with the flow. And then the other lady, Genesis, is she's the intelligent one, as denoted by her wearing spectacles, and she is the free thinker of the group, and sometimes it's like, okay, sometimes I don't feel like this is what we should be doing. We should be doing this instead. And so that's Genesis in a nutshell. And then the new guy, Abel is he's the flight guy, and he's nice in a cockpit. And that's where he belongs for the most part. And then the other 2 characters that will be introduced is Colonel Mars, who is the leader of the operation, and then of course Gina, who is the lovely mechanic of the Tuskegee Heirs. But here, when the story opens up, we see, a P-51, aka Red Tail, in flight, and they are having battle simulations. And as usual, you know, my man Slip is talking trash. And again, shouts out to my boy Greg Burnham for the dialogue. And, you know, Slip saying stuff like, who really needs a formation when you got a prodigy like me on the team? Kick back and relax, perhaps take notes. You know, and Ayana's trying to tell him, stay in formation. And he's like, copy that. I must agree, that is in order. And of course, In the simulation, Slip gets killed because Slip ain't listening. And then we move on and we see a nice old school, I don't know if that's like that look like a Charger or a Maverick or a Mustang or GTO. I don't know what it is, but it's a nice looking car. But the year is 2096. So a car made in the 70s, still rolling around in 2096, that must be one heck of a mechanic with a wonderful ability to find parts. But anyway, that's when we meet Colonel Mars and Abel. And Abel is coming to join the Tuskegee Heirs because he has been doing crop dusting and he wants to get into a cockpit. But if I didn't tell you, in the year 2096, unsanctioned manned flights are offenses that you can get put in jail for here. So as we see, Colonel Mars and his crew is kind of going outside the parameters of the law to do what they do. Then when we get back to them, then the planes have landed. Here is Gina hollering at Slip because he got paint on her plane and was like, how am I supposed to get this crap off? And they're just kind of going back and forth, you know, you get to see the dynamic between them. You get to see that, you know, Slip's the jokester, you know, Ayana's the leader, you know, she's handling things like a leader. The big deal is we are a team and we have a member that refuses to follow directions. Why is that so hard for you, Slip? You know what I'm saying? She's, you know, she's the consummate leader, you know, kind of that, you know, I give you that Steve Rogers kind of vibe, but she's still a sister, make no mistake. And Abel pulls up with Colonel Mars and he's like, oh boy, are we for real gonna get to fly these? And like, who are you people? And then that's when they introduce themselves as the 332nd, ding, 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 the 332nd Fighter Squadron. Yeah, right there. They are the new Red Tails of 2096. And so the very next day, we see them up and flying, and they got 20 minutes to get rid of these threats, like drones flying around, kind of like those things in Star Wars that you see floating, bouncing around, sort of like that. And my man my man Abel's up in the cockpit, and he's like, can we get this over with already? Do you mind if I take point on this? You know, it said it's supposed to take him 20 minutes. He said, huh, all I need is 5, you know, and he hits all 3 targets. Oops, excuse me, wrong page. All 3 targets, 1 shot. They done. And everybody's like, Colonel, he's official. 3 hostiles down. Omar, not bad for the first time. Can we keep him? You know, and Abel's like, I'm not Abel, but even Slip's like, I smell an ace, guys. And then Genesis, awesome job, Abel, but no time to celebrate. And then just as soon as she says that, they got real bogeys on their tail. But check it out. All they got is paint in the P-51s, so they can't really do nothing. And Genesis gets shot down. And they mad. They want to take revenge. You can see them. They all pissed off. But they, Colonel Mars tells them, y'all got to get back. You know, like, Slip, boy, you equipped with paintball ammunition. Get back to base now. And also, in a totally unrelated statement, the base where they're at is called Moton Field. I, being from Kansas City, happen to know Greg Burnham's family name is Moton, spelled differently, because I went to school with 2 of his cousins, played football with another one. So it's really, you know, shouts out Greg. I see it, I love it, and hope one day to duplicate it real soon. But they get back to base. They mad because they really don't want to leave her, but they're going to send someone else out to get her because they got another mission that they have to go on. They've got to go and rescue this senator. And that's the point where everything goes from being Tuskegee Airman-y to Power Ranger-y, and they're going down into a secret basement level area where they see P5000 Mustangs. They got P5000s now, bro. See them right there? See them P5000s? It's about to go disam. And, you know, he lets them know you can either, you know, you can link to them mentally, kind of like Genlock, or you can fly them yourself. And they got all kinds of little tricks and surprises. And so they in the air going on that mission, you dig, to handle biz, because they got to go rescue this senator. And Ayanna tells them, yo, y'all stay outside. I'm gonna go in. I need to let off a little steam. The next thing you know, steam starts getting let off for sure, because now you got these little sentient robot drones that are shooting at them. And my man Slip decides, oh, we going point blank with this. If you on my bumper, man, I'm getting ready to pull out something hot and put it on you. And he blows the thing off of his plane. And right after he does that, out the window comes Ayanna with the senator, and they land on top of his P5000. And so she gets to hers. They trying to get out of here, and all of a sudden, boom, just like in anime, some giant roe beast. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. It's a roe beast until we get all these official names, because something else about at the end of the Tuskegee Heirs comics, they give you a little explanation about what's what. Now, they didn't know how they were going to deal with this thing until the senator shows them, hey, these P5000s can do this. Ah, Sookie, we done went all Gundam on them now. Oh, y'all just thought Tuskegee Heirs was gonna be about flying planes? Surprise! The action ensues here. Old girl is handling her business. She know what's going on. Got the mech doing kung fu and whatnot. And then at the end, fires up for that big blazing cannon attack, like in anime all the time. And of course, literally blows the roe beast's head off. Now, we don't know. How did we get planes like this that turn into Gundams and all of this kind of thing? This is interesting. Now, before we go any further, to be continued. Now, like I was saying, they give explanations. I like that. They explain about, you know, the technology that you're dealing with. So you got this beautiful explanation of what the P5000 Mustang does in flight mode and in bipedal mode. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how Mr. Burnham and Williams get down for Tuskegee Heirs. Did y'all enjoy this first issue? I'm getting ready to get at y'all with the second issue real soon. I'll be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones, y'all. We're going to be doing this, all 4 issues. Be good. Good to each other.